they made more plays than us in the critical situations when you had to. And that was really the difference in the game. We had some guys that, pressed really hard in a few situations and tried to make something out of nothing when we really didn't need to do that. And, it ended up biting us in the rear end. So.
Do you guys have any more season-ending injuries?
I don't know yet.
Have the guys from last week that were announced, Jackson and Sweet in particular, have they had surgery or scheduling surgery since they're out for the season?
They we're both waiting on their surgeries on them for swelling and those kind of things, from my understanding.
Okay.
So.
And then Smith has already had surgery.
Yes, he has.
When you have a situation like this, it's one thing to coach morale after a loss or a series of defeats. How different is it to coach morale when you have something like this that you're dealing with?
Well, there are things that are out of our control. As a football coach, you like to control as much as possible and not worry about the things you can't control. And so that's what I try to do. There are things that are out of our hands that happen, and we have to prepare our team, to play no matter what the situation is. And so our guys understand that things happen, and somebody else has got to step up, and somebody's got to be ready to go, and it's another opportunity for another player to make plays. I'm not so sure that when Prohl left the game that Anthony Williams would have had the opportunities that he had in the game. And all he did was respond and make 3 big plays in the game. And so, you have to look at it as positively as you can and understand that it's an opportunity for somebody else to make a play.
Have you guys reached a point where you're considering maybe pulling some red shirts off of guys that you originally would never have done so?
Oh yeah, we're definitely, we've reached that point.
How much? Chaz had his first big mistake, I guess, so far in a game. What did you see on film from him going back with him?
He's trying to make something out of nothing. He's getting to a point in the game where he felt like he really needed to make a play, and he didn't need to make a play there. We're okay if we have to punt there. Everything was covered. Protection was breaking down at that point. You just don't panic. Hey, if we end up taking a sack, we punt, we're okay. We're down by 3, and we'll recover, and we'll see what happens. But when you press and you get outside of the system, that's when things, sometimes those things work out good, and everybody thinks that was some kind of awesome play. But as a coach, you're always concerned with it. So. Hopefully he learns from that. I'm expecting that he will, and he'll be a better quarterback because of it.
How did he overall look on film beyond that one mistake, the rest of what you saw?
I thought he played pretty well. He did some, if you think about it, he was the running game basically. And, he threw the ball well, didn't throw the ball into coverage. He took the ball where it needed to go. His long balls were he gave the receivers an opportunity to make a play. Each time that he threw it, he wasn't overthrowing them. So he gave him a chance. I thought he played pretty well. Probably a couple of decisions in the run game he'd have liked to have had back, but he was. I thought he played pretty tough.
How difficult is it to judge progress when you have so many guys banged up? You don't have that kind of consistency.
Yeah, it just makes it more difficult. It's hard to. Because you're not going to have any continuity, so you can't. You just got to take that out of the equation, and you've got to base it on what guys are in there. It's just like Joe Groves. He had 2 drops in the game. Everybody saw it. And I'm sitting there after the game thinking about it. It's the first time that was his first college game. And we're happy, we're into the season. I'm not thinking about it that way. I'm not thinking about it that way in practice. I'm not thinking about it, hey, this is this guy's first college football game. Where that usually happens at the beginning of the year when you're thinking that way. And, he fights, because, gets back, and, we put him in a position. And I was shocked that he didn't make those plays, because that's the plays that he makes every day in practice. Then you go back and think, well, it was his first college football game. So the moment was probably a little bit bigger than what he expected for it.
Defensively, you guys have improved the last 2 weeks. Is that just a matter of better communication and
Yeah,
more
all the
work,
things
or-
we've been talking about each week. I think our guys are communicating better. I think our pressure execution is much better. I think their confidence level is up, you know. There's a few things here and there that we got to get corrected. And if we do that, I mean, then we really play a really good football game.
And playing the offense that you're going to play this week, what kind of adjustments, what kind of different approach do you take
It's
this week?
completely different. I mean, it's a 180. I mean, it's like there's nothing that you've done in these first 4 games that you will carry over to what we do this week. So you have a completely different game plan.
So given the momentum that these guys have been building the last couple of weeks, how much does that affect that having to basically start from scratch with a totally different approach?
I mean, you're going to play Georgia Tech every year. They're in the Coastal Division. They're going to play they're going to run their offense. It's totally different from any other offense you're going to face all year. So it's not like it's a surprise. It's not like it's something, oh gosh, our guys know, they understand. We've been playing Georgia Tech, since they've been in school here. So they know that it's an abrupt stop in everything that you've been doing, and you start from scratch, and you have a game plan for this team. And then once it's over with, you forget that and you go on, because you're not going to face a team like that again. So it is what it is. I mean, our guys understand the nature of it. It's just the way it is.
Did you prep for the Georgia Tech offense anytime in the preseason, spring?
Yeah, we've done it like we've done every year. I mean, we do it in the spring, we do it in camp, and we do it during the season actually also.
Is that like what, 1 or 2 days, or just the coaches, or how's that approach?
No, I mean, the coaches definitely. I mean, it's quite a bit more than that. I mean, the coaches will be in the summer and everything, but with the players, it's, we pick out days that we are going to designate, days that we're going to work towards option football, and, we may take periods of the day, and that's all we do in those periods.
Larry, getting back to the inconsistency on offense, there were 6 3-and-outs, 3 6 and a 3rd down. We talked about a little bit last week.
Yeah.
But is that kind of where the inconsistency comes out, or is that more just Duke out executing?
Well, I mean, part of them out executing you is you're not executing. I mean, you got everybody on the hats you want them on, and a guy doesn't execute his block, but he's there. He just doesn't execute it. So you'd say they out executed you. But yeah, your lack of continuity and the consistency in who you're putting out there, and as we got later into that game, I mean, we had some guys playing some positions they hadn't practiced.
What do you need to, I'm sorry, you mentioned Chaz being the running game basically last week. What do you need to see from your running game? I guess obviously the line's continuity has been a factor, but
Yeah, I mean, we got to have more from them. It doesn't matter what 5 are out there. We got to have more from them. We got to have more from the running backs. We got to have more from perimeter blocking. We got to have more from the tight ends blocking. Everybody's got to give more. Everybody's got to give more.
is there anything schematic
There's
you
not
can
one-
do to kind of compensate it all, I guess? I mean, it's kind of, you gotta make it do, I guess.
If it
right?
was, I wish I knew what it was. We're searching, But we have a philosophy in the way we're going to do things offensively. We're not going to leave our philosophy. I mean, it's we've got to get the next guys up and the next guys ready to go, and they got to do the best job they can. And the people around them got to give more. They got to give more.
Does this situation give you an opportunity to be really uniquely creative in many ways?
In some situations,
What
yeah.
Baylor did against you guys a couple of years ago in the bowl game.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you're right. You could do, there are things that you can come up with, and, for us, we're not in a quarterback situation. So, but we are going to have to be, the thing is to try to get the guys that you're going to have on the field, try to put them in the best position possible. Whether that means we're going to be moving people around, which we've already been doing. I mean, and, we've just got to do a better job of it.
Cam was limited at center. How did he grade out, and how limited really was he?
He was okay. He was limited. He was limited. You could tell that there wasn't a lot of strength in that thing, but he fought his butt off, and you know, there were only a couple times that I thought he got overpowered, and you know, he'll be better this week.
Have you guys given consideration to maybe, because J.J. McCargo played pretty well when he was in before, maybe using him at guard some if you have some more situations?
I mean, we believe me, those guys have worked. JJ's worked guard before. We have worked everybody in that offensive line in a lot of different positions, you know, so. And it's a good thing we have.
You've led in the fourth quarter of every game. How's that, I guess, positive play into your message moving forward? I mean, that's obviously.
Yeah, we're not, even with all the adversity going on, we're not that far away. All right, that's my point about everybody's got to give just a little bit more. Each guy dig down and give a little bit more and finish the game. And again, that's my responsibility, you know, to teach these guys how to finish, you know, and I've got to get that accomplished in practice during the week. Because we've been in position, you know, we've been in position. We've been where we wanted to be in the fourth quarter. Now we got to finish the games.
Jordan Riley saw his first action on Saturday. How did he do?
He did well. He actually played really well. There's a few times that we felt like he was high, you know, for his first game. There was not, you know, wasn't something that all of a sudden you're saying, man, we're soft inside. We got to get who's out in there, and it's Jordan Riley. He was really good at the point of attack. There were a couple times on double teams he was a little bit high, but it was really good to get him some good reps, and he's going to have to help us the rest of the way.
Have you had any conversations with you guys about the stuff going on in the NFL?
I have not. In fact, we just touched on that this morning because I really didn't even know what was going on. I mean, because I haven't seen an NFL game this year, and you know, I don't usually get to see them during the season, and I really don't get to see the TV, so I don't really know what was going on. But I was told about it this morning, and but we have not talked about it as a team yet.
Is that something you're
Yeah,
interested in?
I may address it with the team, and excuse me, what I would do is address it with the seniors or the older guys first and talk with them, and then see what their thoughts are, and then we'll talk about it as a team.
You guys obviously aren't on the field for the national anthem, but if you have, I mean, what would be your preference in terms of, you know, whether guys, if they wanted to kneel, would you be okay with that? Or?
Well, I haven't talked about it with the team, so here's what I would say, you know, and all I can do is give you my opinion, you know, on what I would do. What I would do is stand there proud and you know, I think we have a great country. I think we got a lot of problems in this country. I think we've got a lot of problems forever in this country, you know, and everybody has a right. Everybody has a right to protest whatever they want. That's part of what this country's all about. You know, they can choose to do it whenever they want to do it. And just understand there are consequences to everybody's actions, no matter what they do. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. You know, but we're not out there, so we really don't have to deal with it. It wouldn't be so much for me talking with the team about, you know, would we stand or would we kneel? It'd be more about what are the issues, what are they protesting, why, and how, you know, how can we become a part of the answer and a solution to it instead of part of the problem.
Moving on to another sensitive subject, given the severity of your injury situation, how concerned are you, worried are you that you're going to be facing a team that does a lot of cut blocking this week?
I mean, we really don't ever even address that part of, you know, I think Georgia Tech blocks like they block. I mean, I don't, it's legal, you know, if it's not legal, it gets called, and I mean, we don't even really talk about it. I mean, we're going to play hard, we're going to play low, we're going to get after it, we're going to be disciplined, and you know, understand that if you're going to stop them or you're going to limit them on offense, you got to be where you're supposed to be, and you got to make tackles. Everybody's got to run to the football.
Is there anything comparable you've had as a coach with the number of injuries? I mean, the opening month,
No.
number of injuries. Even, is anything even like late
No.
in the season or
No.
nothing at all?
No. No.
I mean, is it difficult not to like try to dig in and search for reasons or?
Oh, don't think we're not searching and digging, and I'm looking for answers, and I'm wanting to know why. Yes.
Like, I mean, people would email me asking about y'all's shoes that you're wearing.
I know there's people you know, I get all kind of suggestions.
I've
You know,
got-
and I appreciate everybody's, you know, because we're searching, but we're checking everything out. I mean, everything, the way we do things in the off-season, year-round, the way we don't do things in the, you know, year-round, everything. I mean, we're looking at everything.
Another
But
question.
it,
Sorry.
it's not like this has been happening every year, you know, so, I mean, but no, I do not think it's the shoes that we
Or the
wear.
equipment over there. That's-
No, I don't.
Another question is the changing field.
No, it has nothing to do with it.
Those
I think that
fields-
feels, I think that feels in great shape.
And those are used elsewhere, and there have been no reports
Yeah, I
of.
mean, there's nothing to do with that. You don't see any turf tearing up. You don't see our guys sliding around. I mean, their footing is great out there. I mean, that's really been unbelievable to me, that it's been that good. You think about the first week we did it, on that Friday, we had it rained hard. Went out there on Saturday, had no problems.
Is there a point where it's just one of those things that you kind of said
It's been that
earlier?
way from the beginning for me.
Yeah.
I've been saying that from the beginning. It's one of those things. It is what it is. I can't sit there and worry about that. And I mean, I got enough to worry about. That I can't. I have no control over. I gotta worry about the things I can control, and that's the people that's gonna be on the field.
I got one more about Jordan Riley. What'd you like when you recruited him? What do you think he brings in terms of, you know, physicality?
He's a big body guy that's physical, that can, you know, play more than one gap inside. He can hold the point. I think he's, you know, he's a puppy, he's a freshman, you know, and he's playing inside, which is a tough thing, because you're in there against some pretty big grown men. And I think he's gonna really be a good football player.
Coach, when you look at Georgia Tech quarterback Marshall, just talk about what you see on him. It seems like he's running that option.
He's doing a great job, just what Paul wants. I mean, the guy's, he's fast, he's got a lot of quick twitch, he can make you miss, he's tougher than nails. I mean, he's a quarterback, I mean, he's not a big guy, but he'll take hits and bounce up, and it's no big deal to him. And he's running the offense very well, and he throws the ball effectively.
Coach, do you go a particular way in regards to changing your team's goals throughout the season when it comes to the flow of the season and how it's going, you know, compared to whatever team goals you set at the beginning of the season when you were 0-0? Now here we are 4 weeks later.
Yeah, I mean, there's some goals that you know, at some point, you're not gonna be able to reach them, you know, if you don't keep going in a positive direction. So we do talk about it, and then we reset goals, or, you know, but we had 4 goals, and so we will continue to work towards those goals, and if hopefully we can keep things going in a positive direction. If we don't, then we'll have to reassess.
What reassessment has been done at this point?
None.
What's the overall vibe of your team right now, heading into Georgia Tech?
Today, I hadn't seen them today. I saw them yesterday, but yesterday they were down, you know, like I would expect them to be. They were hurting, you know, and then at the end of practice, it was like, okay, guys, it's over with. You know, it's time to move on. Nobody else feels sorry for you, you know, nobody. I promise you, Georgia Tech's not feeling sorry for North Carolina today. So it's put it to bed just like everything else, and let's roll, and let's get ready for Georgia Tech.
All right, thanks, folks. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Thank you.